Good evening, and welcome to the Finance and Facilities Subcommittee meeting. It is Wednesday, April 1st. It is 5:03. We are calling to order, and our final member is walking in right now. We're doing it right now. Okay. Stand for pledge. We'll wait till Mike gets ready.
Yeah. I see.
Take your time. Take your time.
Okay.
All right.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Grab that chair. Which chair do I need to get a flag for?
All right. Thank you all for that. All right. Moving on to our minutes from 3:18. Do I have any action on those minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. 1 second.
Second.
Any discussion? No? All those in favor? 2, and abstention, because I was not here.
Neither.
2, 4. 2, 4, and abstention. All right. Financial remarks in new business. Marie, on to you.
Okay, so the inflation rate was updated. It's now 2.7 as of February. The encumbrances through March 27th. Again, nothing like jumped out at me. The operating cash is just under 4.5 million. If you want exact, it's $4,529,386.27 as of March 27th.
Okay.
And then the trust funds, we did go over, not this, well, wait, did we go over the February trust funds?
I read through them.
And there were no expenditures, just interest
I
earned
think that was
in
a
all of
question. Yeah.
the
Okay.
trust funds.
Yeah.
And then I've actually updated the monthly revenue report. I don't know if you have that one open or not. I had linked it in, it's also in the April folder too.
Yeah, I attempted to go through this and I did it effectively very poorly. So
That's
I think
fine.
we said we would wait for you to go, maybe go through this.
I don't think
The
I had the
revenue
revenue report the last time because I actually, the
Oh,
revenue report has to be updated once all of the interest was earned,
I think it was, I was in
the
the
trust
wrong.
funds.
Oh, you were in the wrong file. I was in the wrong file.
Oh,
I
okay.
was in like a prior meeting. And I
Okay.
was going, so not only did I do it poorly, I was.
Oh, no, that's fine.
I was in the-
Marie, are you going to go over that?
So the February, yes, I can go
So I'm
over
going to
the
try to find
February
where it is
revenue
here.
report.
So let me go into the.
I did link it into the agenda that is in a Word doc that's also in the file, not the PDF one, and I just realized.
Okay, so I have, okay, and where is it linked?
It's in the,
This one
It's
here?
in,
it's in the agenda. It says February 2026, monthly revenue report.
This one?
that's the PDF one, so if you go
Oh.
to, back to that drive.
Let me just go to the shared drive. It's under finance.
And then go into FY 26,
Yeah,
and then April, because I put it in there, April of 26.
okay.
And then you should see the trust fund monthly revenue report, sorry,
Monthly.
right there.
Okay, wonderful, thank you.
Because I realized the last time I had given you the February one, the February interest earnings were not in there yet because we hadn't received the February statements. So it just goes over all the current month earnings on investments. So on the regular general fund, we had earned $11,308.71. If you're looking, does everyone have it up?
Yeah.
What is it? Sorry, I'm still getting to.
It's this says February
Monthly revenue
2026,
report, February 26.
number 5.
I have it.
What line are you on?
I'm
trying
on
to follow
earning
you.
on investment, which is line 12, if you look at that.
There it is. Yep, okay, I got you.
I'm just going over the monthly
Yep.
things. And then the town of Kingston paid their impact fees. And then we had received 73,000 in other local revenue. As I'm saying this, I probably should tell you what it's for, but
Yeah.
all right, so next time
Okay.
I will tell you exactly what it's for.
Yeah.
And then Chromebook, because other local revenue could be anything.
Was that rental fees for the gym? No. Okay.
No, that wouldn't go in there. That would go into the facilities revolving.
Wait.
I was gone for a week. I was like, man, maybe you guys just like knocked it out.
We got it all figured out.
73K? I think so.
No, and then 605 was for the reimbursement for students that have Chromebooks. $2,576.86 is for the Medicaid grant money that comes in that we bill. And then we earned another $2,801.88 on the separate account that we have for the Siemens account that we had. So we've earned $8,302 on that Siemens money just by having that account sitting in there right now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
That's
fantastic.
just on the interest.
Wow.
That doesn't even count all the rebates and all of
Wow.
the savings that we're actually saving.
Yep.
And then $810 was recorded for the rental income for the revolving fund. So that to me is a $500 deposit for somebody. I have to, it's perfect to give you what it's actually for. It's just lumping together. And then the food service lunch sales would be all of the lunch sales for February, 41,000. And then the meal assistance program, we had $1,000 donation, and then we had given like $30-something to somebody. And then the state portion for breakfast was 141, and the food service federal portion reimbursement was $8,495.77, and then the breakfast federal was $2,223.40. And anything in pink, Rick had asked if it was state or federal funded, so that's why those are all in pink, different colors.
Okay. And which one is? Yeah. Which one is?
You mean that's inclusive, state or federal?
Yeah, well, federal says federal on like the, and then the state will be
Okay.
Rick didn't mean either state or, he meant
like,
Yeah, I meant like.
state/federal.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
So we can see how much actually.
We took that the same way.
Lack
We're
of
like, well,
money.
which one is it, Marie?
And then down below are the, anything that's in Fund 22, which are the grant funds. So our student assistant program grant, we got reimbursed $5,030.32. And then all of the discovery grants that we have for Bakey, Memorial, Middle, and High, we had a $3,000 reimbursement. And then Title I reimbursement for that month of February was $3,575.58. And then IDEA reimbursement was $29,429. And then other miscellaneous like donation grants, there's a whole bunch individual ones listed. I just lumped them together because they're just small little ones. We received $9,919 for those. So the grand total that we received in February was $231,455.
Can you just give me one thing before
Yeah.
we move on? I just want to add these up, just so we can get on the record here, sorry. Unless you have total.
There's total.
Well, there's.
No, I'm looking at the state and federal.
Oh.
That's what total that up and just include how much or how little we get. So I come up with $2,865,331 roughly out of a $40 million budget
Mhm.
is what we get from the state. Year to date, that's what we've received.
Mhm.
Okay, so let me just hold on.
That sounds right.
7% roughly. 7% is what we get. Okay.
And the other big portion is taxpayers.
No, understood.
Anything else on that monthly revenue report? Right?
Didn't it used to be, it was quite a bit more,
Yeah.
right? Like, I remember on a $39 million budget prior, this state/federal revenues or something, was it somewhere between 4 and 7? Like, it was a lot.
It was, I just don't remember.
I remember saying to Matt Angel at some point, so taxpayers have to raise all this. No, he's like, no, it's closer to 32.
Mhm.
Now it seems closer to 38. Or you know, it's like either 32 or 35 or some low 30 number, or in the 30s,
Yeah. So is everyone good with the revenue report?
such as it is.
Yeah, and so then we had one budget adjustment, which was number 80. And that was for tuition, in-state to cover other, professional services. For the youth transitional services, the Rooster Seals, for a middle school student for April through June, and it was $18,706,000.
Do I have any action on that?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous. Thank you, Marie.
Okay, before we move on to old business, new business, I had asked Marie for copies, an Excel spreadsheet of what we spent with Drummond, Woodson, McMahon, year to date. That total is $244,451.45. And I'm officially making a request to have copies of all invoices starting with August of 2025 through March of 2026. If I need to follow right to know for that, let me know.
August 25 through March 26.
That's correct.
August 25.
August 2025.
Yeah.
Through March of
This
2026.
fiscal year.
Yep.
Okay, I just have to double check to see.
If there's a legal reason why I can't have them as
Right.
soon as possible, let me know and I'll follow right to know request.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
I don't know if there's any like names or anything on them, so we may have to just copy them and like.
Usually not.
Okay.
And so the tally that we received from Marie already, sorry,
Mhm.
was March 26. So current, back to April of 25. That was the 244,451.45.
Mhm.
So April 25
That's what I
to
said right
March
earlier.
of 26.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, they've historically climbed. 22 was 81,000, 23 was 80,000, 24 was 102,000, 25 was 299,000.
Yep.
In the last year, we're 244.
Yep.
So
To date.
to do.
Yep.
And understandably with 25.
Sure.
We have a lot of things going on, but
Yep.
it's higher than the surrounding districts comparable to our size.
Yep.
So it's concerning. It's money that could be spent elsewhere, in my opinion. And I've asked repeatedly that we take a look at another legal firm.
Yep.
For the record.
As have I.
Thank you.
Okay. Right, go first. Let's see, back to here. Now we're at old business. So fee structure.
I just had a quick question.
Yeah.
Is that something that you want to bring to the?
I'll be mentioning this at the board tonight under new business, or actually when he does the
The readouts.
readouts, I'll be
Okay.
mentioning this.
Okay, and you want to wait, you don't want to, I mean, we pending the things that you requested, but still, we can get it.
I'm just gonna get on a record with the board, that I feel that the expenditures are high compared to the size of our district and surrounding districts. And that I've made a request to get the bills.
For business, can I jump to B first and get that out of the way? And then
I'm sorry,
we'll
jump.
have
Oh, jump to
Yeah.
B. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Bakey has got 3 bids for replacing the slide
Okay.
over there, okay? Got one from Miracle, one from O'Brien and Sons, and one from School Outfitters. School Outfitters came in at $13,760, okay, but they don't install or remove, okay? So they're kind of out. O'Brien and Son came in at, there's 2 different slides, one at 17,485, one at 16,065. All right, for a similar slide, they install, but they don't remove. Miracle came in at $13,136.61, and they install. Okay, Miracle's equipment we use already on our playground, so we're very familiar with it. They're easy to work with. So when Miss Lancy over at the Bakey principal got these bids, she wanted me to present it. She recommends that we use Miracle as far as the slide goes, and here's the bid right here for it at $13,136.61.
They install and they remove the old one, or they don't?
They install. I'm still trying to figure out if they remove the other one. If not, it's something.
3 of us show up with some sawzalls and just.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Figure it
something
out.
we might be able to handle. So, but that's for a slide similar to what is in place right now. Playground equipment, gentlemen, is not cheap.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and
so
it's
just-
one
Let
of
me
these
look at
things,
Lowe's, let me see what I can get.
Yeah.
it's one of these things, you know, we don't know what the fate of Bakey is at this point, and do we want to spend the money on something like that that maybe only be used by us for a year or two or forever? We don't know,
Oh,
you know?
weren't we gonna, maybe I missed this, I'm sorry. I thought we'd asked that you, talk with the principal about the use and stuff.
Mhm.
We did.
Okay, did I missed it?
And they use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they
All right,
use it.
I
yeah,
thought,
maybe
I talked
missed
to
it.
her,
Okay.
she went back, she sort of, straw polled, teachers, and said, yeah, it's used a lot.
The one we
Um,
have now is not safe?
No, it's totally delaminating,
Yeah.
and there's just a lot of rough issues with it, so.
I'd like to gauge that. I appreciate your perception of that, Dan. I went over and took a look at it. The slide itself is actually fine.
Mhm.
It's the stairs that go up. They're like what would you call that? It's
The
like,
rubber coating's delaminating.
yeah, it's metal. They're metal stairs that have that sprayed on rubber coating. And there are places where the rubber coating is coming off the stairs. You know what I mean? So,
Picture of it?
Well, this is over at Memorial. You can see where the rubber's coming off there
Yeah.
also. So I wanted to
Yeah.
bring this up in the capital improvement plan that maybe we need to bump up
Right.
the Memorial equipment.
Just spray it with some,
Well,
spray some rhino
So
liner
I
on
have a
that.
question.
that's mine.
Yeah,
That's what I was just
That's
gonna
it.
say.
well, and that's just one of a bunch of
Yeah.
issues going on
So-
over there now, but we'll get to that when we do.
So this would normally all be blue.
Yeah, and you can see like, and like I said, I'm sorry for jumping to another school here. But, see delaminating, cracking,
What, yeah, it's
Um,
cracking.
all that rubber coating's gone there, it's
Yeah.
going there. The equipment's just in rough shape. This beam is bent here, so we had to remove the swings. This slide here is cracked, so kids are gonna catch their behinds on
Sure.
that, you know,
Yeah.
and this is just at Memorial.
Right.
This isn't even at Base.
I know.
Yeah, no kidding.
So the slide itself at Bakey is actually in fine shape.
Yeah.
It is.
Super thick plastic, you know what I
So
mean?
if
It's
we-
the stairs
If
up.
we're recoding the stairs, did we talk to Primex about that? Are we okay?
Well, no, because Primex said if we alter the equipment in any way, then it's our liability then, as far as insurance goes.
But is it also our liability if it's delaminating and we don't do anything about it?
It is, so it's kind of a double-edged sword here.
So I apologize. I know this is probably gonna be annoying. I just want to make sure I ask the question.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we respray the step, right? Not moving anything, just texture spray that step. Primex won't cover it.
Right,
Okay.
because we altered the equipment. Plus, I don't know if they make anything on the open market that you can, you know, maybe flex seal or something like that, but
Yeah.
it's a rubber coating
Yeah,
that, you know, it's
no,
put on
it's-
hot
We
and
can
then,
put some there.
but so,
Insurance can, if it's being used and there's insurance implications, then I don't think there's options with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think when typically Primex comes out every 2 years and inspects our equipment, and then I'm a certified inspector that does it every month supposedly. So, but if Primex comes out again next year, I think what they'll do is they'll end up saying, you gotta shut this one down because of the issues with it. So,
Dan, I have a question. Why did you use air quotes when you said I am a certified inspector?
because it's such a crazy online class that you
Oh,
have
okay.
to take. you
All
know,
right,
it's like,
I wasn't sure if it was a real
But you
certification.
got a certification.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well,
I just
it's-
saw the air quotes.
It's real.
Would you like us
There's no
to
air
get
quotes.
you a hat or your
No,
t-shirt?
no, that's what I'm saying. It's
I think a vest would be appropriate.
Certified with some enhanced
a
vest.
vest.
We can just
Yeah,
say,
vest
he's-
would be cool.
we say he's certifiable.
Can you put
Yeah.
pockets in it so I can put my pencil protector in there?
Certified inspector.
Certified.
All right. Sorry, I was trying to bring a bit of levity.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's one of those things, you know, they needed attention. The ones at Memorial, like I said, I was gonna bring up a little bit further in this, but there's things that we can do ourselves to fix, like some of the chains and things like that that are starting to, the links are starting to wear and wear thin. So we're gonna fix that ourselves. That's no big deal. But the delamination, the cracking in the plastic,
Sure.
I'm gonna see if I can call Miracle, who makes the system down at Memorial, and see if we can get replacement parts for them.
Mhm.
The problem is the one at Memorial was installed over 20 years ago, so it
Yeah.
might be hard to get parts. That was the problem I had with the one at Bakey, is they don't make parts for that anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're fighting a time thing here.
Sure.
But I'm trying to figure out the way we can save the one at Memorial, because the one at Memorial is huge.
Yeah.
It's a big system, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of money into that.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So if we can
And those large systems are over 125,000.
Oh, easy.
You're
Yeah.
approaching 150, 200K.
Yeah, I would say 200,000 for the one down in Memorial, just for that system there.
Yep, I've been through that once before with
So-
different schools, so yeah, it's not cheap.
That seems like a scam.
Well, there's money to be made in that industry,
It's,
that's for sure.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, so I looked up, this number is, so just to be clear, out of that 13,000, I was like, it does seem a little bit high. That's because the slide itself is actually 8468. It's the installation adds the additional,
Yeah. Oh,
so, yeah, okay.
so it's one of those things, you know, do we really want to pull the trigger on this right now, or do we kind of sit on this for a little bit?
What's the current status with the slide there right now?
They're still using it.
Yeah, I figured. Their kids.
Yeah,
And
and if our
the
kids
re-
aren't,
the-
if we shut it down for our kids, the public is gonna use it, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
problem.
there haven't been any, reported injuries or anything.
It's not regarding that slide.
Yeah. I mean,
When's our next inspection?
It'll probably be
Not from-
next,
Not from our inspection,
it'll probably be next summer with Pinex,
this coming summer or the following?
summer 2027.
Summer of 27. Yeah. I just have a hard time looking at the steps and saying this is, I was the occupational safety manager for an entire military base. So like, that was my job, is to like look at safety issues, right? And I get it. That's like saying there's a crack in the pavement and one piece of pavement sticks up a teeny bit more. That's a tripping hazard.
Right.
Well, I mean, functionally it is a tripping hazard, right? But then we have to gauge where that's at. What's the probability? You know, all these things. So the rubber slightly miscoating in some places on the steps where kids are literally two handrails that are provided, right? Two handrails, steps up. The slide itself is where they're gaining speed and whatnot. Yeah, I'm torn.
Structurally, the slide is fine.
This slide is rock solid. I went over there. I was like, oh my goodness. I was expecting to see it falling over, chipped and broken.
No,
The
that
slide
thing
itself's
is-
in
yeah,
amazing
it's
shape.
structurally fine.
Did you test this?
I actually thought about it, to be honest, Rick. I'm on camera saying this. I thought about it, but then I noticed a camera in the back, and all I figured was going to happen is I was going to go flying down that thing, and then it was going to show up on some
Yeah.
camera, and then
Oh,
we'd
you're
all
done.
be,
You're done.
we'd all be looking
next
at it,
YouTube.
right? Yeah.
YouTube sensation.
Yeah, or I'd get injured, and I'd be like, "Oh my goodness, Dan, I can't believe we haven't replaced this."
Right.
So no, I did not go down it, but I did walk up the steps. I mean, I'm a 200-pound guy. I walked up the steps.
Oh,
These
I've
are
done
rock solid.
Oh, yeah, you can jump on the thing that's not going in.
It's not going anywhere.
So,
So I have a,
13,000 is not, it's not nothing these days.
it's not nothing,
No,
right?
it's not.
And if there was a legitimate safety concern, like we looked at it and it was, metal shards coming
Yeah.
out as they're going down, or on the handrails, metal shards. I mean, there are certain places where we would say, you know what, we just spend the money because it's the right thing to do. You know what I mean? So, Gemma, what do you think? I said my piece.
I feel like the mere existence of the slide poses more risk to student safety
Mm.
than a eliminating step.
Mhm.
Like they're more likely to get hurt coming out of that thing and falling on the ground than they
Sure.
are going up.
Yep.
So I'm fine with leaving it for now. That's my opinion.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Okay. I think we'll hit the pause button.
I agree with you guys, so.
Okay.
So,
Thank you for doing that, though.
I'll thank.
again, those-
And keep us
I'll thank
posted
this-
as the
yeah.
official monthly inspector. If it becomes a larger problem,
Yeah.
let us know.
So moving on to the next subject now.
And sorry, not to move on yet. If,
Keep track of that too.
so if there are students that get hurt,
We'll take it out of commission.
we want to know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. So, moving on to the memorial playground equipment, you can see a lot of that is delaminating also, but that's not so much a safety hazard.
Yeah.
But when you look at the corners, now you have these sharp metal edges on the corners where kids can kind of get caught.
Yeah, that I don't like.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
But I feel like there's probably a non-permanent solution on those corners, like a baby proofing type situation.
Well, I'm gonna try and call the manufacturer of this and see if they can come out and somehow recoat these, or
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, quite honestly, but
Or duct tape some styrofoam anyway.
Yeah, corner guards like for tables that little kids use or something.
If it's the company
like the
doing
corner
it.
guards, yeah.
But
Right.
once again, now we're talking into altering equipment and
Well,
technically
I think-
not.
I think from an insurance standpoint, like I know that I've dealt with this somewhere before. I can't remember where though. Like you can put something on if it's not attached. Oh, it's probably from hunting. And like whether you are permanently altering a structure.
Right.
You put a tree stand up, you can't screw anything into a tree,
Yeah,
but you can
yeah.
strap something to it and it's not, right? I think the same principle probably would apply if you just put a,
Well, this is what I'm gonna do then. I'm gonna reach out for Primex if I have your blessing, and maybe we should do an inspection this year and just have them come down and say, what's going on? What do we need to do here to make this right? And get clarity on it.
Yeah, but, yeah. Or we stick
I know
with,
the
or we
lady
stick
well.
with the schedule that they have in front of us. which
Right.
is The following
Would
summer.
you want
Yeah.
them only to inspect Memorial or Big?
I think maybe I'll have them come out and do both, quite honestly. It's not gonna hurt us by any means by doing it, but I think we need to make sure that Primex is gonna cover us either way if something does happen on this
What could-
equipment.
yeah. I
Can we
mean,
make the call to the vendor first? Let's do that first.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
let's
definitely
find
wanna
out
talk to
from
Miracle
them.
and see if we can get.
Because if they're
replacement
like, oh
parts.
yeah, we'll come out and we can do a recoding for $1,000. You know what I
They
mean?
can. It's called a playground renewal or tipping. It
There you
just
go.
Restores weather texture, protects against rust and covers imperfections.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they probably, I don't know if they can do it in the field or if they have to take the part, send it out, dip it, and then bring it back, because like I said, a lot of it is heat dipped or whatever.
Sure.
but-
Yeah.
But I'll
Well, let's
reach
start
out
there
to
first.
Miracle. Yeah,
Figure out that process first before we request an inspection, because they might be able to come out and redo it, right? And we don't have to do an inspection.
The process is designed to restore the rubbery texture components such as deck stairs and vertical poles.
Can they do it in place, Rick?
Let's see.
That's our next
we
question.
want some-
and I'll find this out
Site
too, so I'll call Miracle.
Okay,
If we can just order new pieces and parts for that equipment, then we're set.
sure.
But being
Yes,
20
texture coating for playground equipment can be resprayed in place, a process often referred to as on-site playground refurbishing.
Are you
Well,
using
maybe we can hit that
ChatGPT?
slide then too.
Yeah.
Yeah, different
Yeah.
one, but yeah.
Yeah, and then we could, like you said, we can hit the slide over at Bakey, the steps. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Certain polyurethane coatings like Doorback are designed specifically for playgrounds and can be applied on site using roller brushes or sprayers. These provide non-slip UV resistant services for decks and steps. But yeah, there are companies that do it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
perfect. So let me check on that,
Okay.
and then I'll see if we become compliant, then if we do that. I'm sure we will if there's professional companies out there that do.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so
Okay, great.
we'll work on that one.
Can we go back to the fee structure for facility use rentals?
You got it. So, Tina left you guys with a bunch of information at the last meeting,
Oh,
and you guys were gonna sit on it and figure out what you guys were gonna do.
yeah, I
did
think
did you get your information? I had yours.
I actually emailed him, I think yesterday or
have
the
it.
day before, and I was like, hey, Dan,
Oh, right.
are you gonna provide this information? He's like, I gave it to the guys last month or last meeting. I was like, oh, that's all right.
Because I have your email here asking for that information. We were on it.
Well, it's funny because I'm like, Dan normally he normally just knocks it out, and I was like, oh, maybe he forgot or maybe I missed it,
I just want
So
to bring
what
that up at FII when we're all done with this too.
Sure.
Another issue and an update on Siemens.
Okay.
what we got was a detailed account of the yearly costs for Swayze. And it was good. It was
A good breakdown.
a good breakdown.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, we're good with
It
high,
was,
low.
it was a well-done
Gotcha.
breakdown.
I took that out of my
Yeah,
bag.
that's all right.
It's at my house. Sorry.
It was well done. It gave what I believe is sufficient. I want you to see it though, obviously.
Yeah.
I think there's sufficient information in there to extrapolate out what the impact is, the actual cost of the facilities.
Mhm.
Of the use, what it costs to run the place for X number of hours,
Sure.
right? And then also, it probably gives us a sufficient starting point to, I don't know how we want, I don't remember what the next step was, whether we wanted to sort of,
There you go.
oh, there it is.
This is what you gave them.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So what I kind of did the beer math on this, with maintenance and custodial, at Swayze Gym, it costs us about $100 a day to operate that gym.
Okay.
Okay. Without a custodial and maintenance and just energy costs, it costs us about $2.15 an hour to run that gym. Okay, that's just energy costs, and that's averaged throughout the year, because obviously in the summer, we're not heating.
200, just
Um,
215 cents.
About $50,000 per year just to operate that. When you add in things like inspections, AED inspections, water testing, toilet paper, all that stuff, which adds up, we're talking about $150 per day to operate that gym.
Okay.
So the maintenance cost alone and energy cost is about $50,000 a year, and then you add on
Right.
toilet paper, AED inspections, bleacher inspections, basketball hoop inspections, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So those are, approximate, based on our needs throughout the year, but that's kind of.
And that's not including any sort of additional maintenance, like needs a new roof, the door fell off the front. That's in addition to the 50K.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
I got one bid on painting Swayze Gym. I'm not ready to present those numbers for you because I'm getting additional bids.
Okay.
The exterior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which is block concrete, right?
No, the gables are all wood. And,
Oh, okay.
And the fascias or the soffits are wood. The fascias are aluminum.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And the windows are wood.
Okay.
So I'm getting 3 bids right now. I'm meeting 2 more contractors next week. We're getting painting on Bakey, Swayze, and the high school here, exterior only. Things we cannot do without renting a high lift or something like that.
Yeah.
I'd rather contract that out than put my 70-year-old painter in a high lift.
I don't remember what the contract said, the lease agreement said.
As far as
As far
maintenance
as
of it,
maintenance,
well, it's all on us.
It's all.
He's not.
Yeah, he's not doing
putting
it.
that
Yeah.
building.
So I feel, so we paused on larger conversations about what we should, when we should move forward with renewing that, right?
Renewing what?
The Swayze lease. And we have time to talk it over. We said we would revisit it in a couple of months.
Oh, it expires in December, so
Yeah,
we
so
got
we got
plenty of time, and I would say.
So this is good information to have.
Well, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I would drag our feet until December signing that lease, because let's say, God forbid, the whole boiler system goes.
Yeah.
Now we're on the hook for $150,000 to put in that gym. That's something we might be tearing
That's a good
down.
point.
Let's wait until we're about ready to,
Sure.
until that lease
Yeah.
expires, to see how this building holds up over the summer and fall.
Yeah.
That's just my
Well,
opinion.
that's a smart.
And Chinberg wouldn't care, because if that happened, he would just bulldoze it down.
Yeah.
So it's,
So,
Right, because we're,
What-
be putting another 250,000 in just for 5 years of maintenance. I
Yeah,
mean, 5
right.
years of just keeping it open.
what I would like, in addition to this information, is like you've given us a sort of readout of the costs. I would love to understand from our AD what he feels the value of it is to our programs in our future, right? Like, it's used quite a bit for a lot of stuff.
Outside of school
And in school.
though.
No,
Not
within school, it's about 1/8 of a time.
Yeah.
Everything else
Very
is.
minimal.
Yeah, I mean, it's used for some school stuff though.
An eighth of the time. Though.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I know. So I'm not saying he's gonna say it's essential for our future.
Yeah.
But I would like to get an accurate readout of how much he depends on it and what scheduling would look like for stuff if we didn't have it.
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Here's my opinion, if I can speak freely on this. If we're spending 50 to 60,000 a year just to own and maintain that building, or not own, but maintain that building. I don't know about you gentlemen, but we can buy a whole hell of a lot of floor space at the YMCA and provide a bus for a fraction of that cost.
Or we can provide a teacher. So, and unless we're making money on it, it's all overhead as far as I'm concerned. If we're not using it and it's
Well,
an eighth of the time,
well,
they can
if we
use somewhere
don't-
else.
But I mean,
don't own
if we need square
We don't own
footage
it.
for
No, that's what I mean. If
basketball.
we don't own it,
We don't
it's
own
not
it.
an asset. It's just a liability.
Yeah.
If it's only used an eighth
all
of the
overhead.
time.
We're not making any money on it.
And
We're
if we
spending
can,
money and we're not using it.
and if we can rent floor space, Plastow YMCA for a fraction of the cost, then why don't we explore that?
I agree with that statement, but the path that we were on, which is the item here, which is the fee structure, so that we could turn it into an asset, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's,
So we haven't gone down that road yet. We've gathered facts for 2/3 of this. We haven't gathered the full story. Then said, okay, with this information, now we can implement this fee structure, which would then result in this to the bottom line,
$dollars,
right?
Yeah.
So can we break even? Can it be money that comes back into the coffers
No,
for the
but
district?
but there
You
is-
know,
there are conversations that we should have with certain community organizations, especially Sanborn Community Basketball.
Right.
Who I think might be willing to invest significantly
Mhm.
in maintaining it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
from conversations that I've had with certain people who are on the board.
Is that funded through the town hall?
No.
Or is it totally separate?
Private.
It's always separate private.
Okay, because I've had conversation with select board members who are like,
They don't want it.
no
Nope.
way.
No, I wouldn't want it to be.
It's private. It's parents,
It's
just like
private,
me,
it's
that
parents, yeah.
pay for my kids to play
And there's-
basketball. And,
Right, and there's appetite there for either sharing certain costs or, footing certain parts of the bill.
sure.
Potential, they know probably that it would increase their own membership dues to some
Sure,
degree.
yeah.
But I think it's a conversation worth having.
Yeah.
As part of the preferred partner fee
Yeah.
structure, if you will. The same thing with kicks and pickleball. People
Yeah.
use it a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So I think we just need to finish this, this needs to be, the agenda item is the fee structure, right? And we haven't gotten there yet.
And are we gonna separate the fee structure, one for Swayze and then one for other facilities? Or are we gonna keep the same fee structure for Bakey Memorial, for our auditorium, for our gym here?
I don't think it makes sense to do. the
Because
same.
I guess
It's
my
a good
thought
question,
is
and that's part of
once you shut Swayze down, those people are gonna be grabbing at, okay, now we want Bakey, now we
I was
want
gonna say, why
Memorial.
can't we use Bakey instead of Swayze? They have a gym.
Well, we can, but it's not wood floor
Yeah.
and it's not regulation.
It's very
size.
small.
But if you're
But
talking
either
little
way,
kids that are 5 or 6
Well,
years old shooting
well,
ball.
they do practice there.
Yeah.
Right, there are practices that happen here and at Swayze already.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, Bakey already.
Yeah, and I
there, right?
really think with some good scheduling, we could make it happen, quite honestly.
So, I think so. In terms of action items, we got what we needed from you.
Mhm.
I can take it as, if you'd like, an action item to talk with community organizations
Mhm.
whom this would impact
Mhm.
and gauge what the appetite is for either fee sharing and or what would be just some info, both fee sharing
Mhm.
or gaining a reasonable insight as to what they could afford
Mhm.
in terms of.
So are fees gonna be set up on what they could afford or what it actually costs to
Well, I
operate?
think you have to, well, it certainly would, we can't presume, I don't think, to cover the entire cost of what it is to operate for one.
We said it's $100 an hour.
Yeah, but that's a question of, like, I don't think, because it does provide some value, especially to the school, right?
Not to most of the retired people in Kingston, I know that.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure with that. Like, for example,
Well, it doesn't provide any value to them.
it does though.
What?
Well, it engages tons of kids. It gives kids the value of athletics. It creates a feeder program for the high school.
Mhm.
It gives them opportunities to engage with students at events like basketball games and other things. I mean,
Yeah, it sounds
a
like it's
marketing
very,
But
issue.
that's
it's very
an ideal
beneficial for the
situation.
students.
But most people in
Yeah,
town
but
that are older are saying,
everything we
screw
do
it,
here-
I'm trying to make
everything we
money.
do here should be beneficial for the students.
We don't own that building though.
Well, let's table that for a second. But the idea is, the whole idea of a public school is that you do what's good for students and it should benefit the community as a whole in the long run.
Yeah.
Right,
So I think we
this
should
isn't-
operate on this. This is one of those things. But I don't like not only owning the building.
Yeah.
But if it falls on the rec league's shoulders then why is it our burden and not the town's burden?
I don't think the town has anything to do with it.
Well,
The
no,
rec league
but-
isn't the town.
Well, I understand that,
But
but
I do think that Sanborn Community Basketball, given the amount that they use it, should be responsible for a hell of a lot more than they are right now. That's a conversation I think we should have, and that would lighten the load on us.
and in my opinion is I don't think Chimber is gonna give us more than a 5 years extended lease. I truly think in my heart, he wants that building gone and down. He's gonna have a hard time selling homes when you have this big monstrosity in the backyards of people's homes over there.
Well, he can't
So-
build more.
Well, he can if the gym is gone.
I thought he had a septic issue.
He does.
No, because those homes have individual septic systems and wells.
Oh,
He
yeah.
downsized.
He
He
downsized.
downsized
He's only got
so
like
we can get the
9
square
or
footage
6
there.
or something.
Oh, okay, so we get the square.
So you could maybe get
There's-
1 or 2 more homes.
There's 5
Exactly.
homes that are going in there, that's it.
Okay,
And they're, I mean, they're there today working, so
Yeah.
they're starting the job over there.
Let's not get into conjecture and assuming that we might think what he might or might not do. Let's continue on with our.
Yeah.
Let's continue on with our plan of
so I'd like to take
figuring
it as
that
an
out.
action item to get as much information as I could on
Yep.
the appetite for financial support
Okay.
from organizations. I can talk to the town of
Mhm.
Kingston.
I can talk to the AD and.
You talk to the
deal
AD,
with
I'll talk to Sanborn
Yeah.
Community Basketball as well.
Yeah.
The
But,
town of Kingston.
well, who uses the pickleball? Who's the actual?
Rex.
The Kingston Rec, but we
Kingston
have to
Rec.
include Newton in this because as taxpayers are gonna wanna
Yeah.
know why Kingston is getting the sole benefit of it if they're not. And that's the big hang.
Utilizing the school.
If I'm from Newton, I'm gonna be pissing up a storm here because, wait a minute, why is my tax money paying for a gym that we're not using in our community?
They can't go play pickleball there?
It's
Mhm.
Kingston Rec. They could, but
Well, is it
I don't know
like you
what
just pay
Newton,
$30 to Kingston Rec? You have to live in Kingston to do it?
I don't
No.
know. I don't know how that's
How's
set
it
up.
work?
I don't know 100%.
Yeah.
We had this conversation almost a year ago about that gym and how it was utilized by
Mhm.
both communities.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's not a
Do
Kingston
we have
asset
a list of
only.
who's using it? Did you
That's
give us
the other-
that?
I was just gonna
It's
ask.
all Kingston Rec. None of it is from Newton.
No, I mean,
Just timeout.
who's from the AD or from you? We should get a full list. We have the costs. I'd love to get a full list of
Who's
who
using
uses
it?
it and.
Well,
what.
we
Well,
do
gave
because
that.
of the
I
money
gave that to you last
Right.
meeting.
and
Who's
the,
running it?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's who's
Okay.
running it. Yeah.
Who's renting it and
Who's
how
paying
often?
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
it.
now we know who to go to. So, but we know that the big ones in terms of time are Kingston Rec and Sanborn Community Basketball.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We rented once a year for the Kingston
Yeah.
Museum,
Yeah.
which they may be bringing it over here this year for the Christmas event. The Seed Club wanted to rent it next November, and I suggested that they rent Bakey instead. That way it doesn't interfere with the basketball
Yeah.
schedule. And they're like, oh my God, Bakey would be so much better. So
There's also the
I'm
baseball.
pushing,
In the baseball.
I'm
Baseball.
pushing these organizations that are non-sport
So
related
there's-
to other
So
facilities.
that, yeah,
if
so
we
there's
can.
two
So,
things here too, right?
Yeah.
I think we should definitely think about these frequent flyers as their own group. And then there's like a one-time, one-off rate,
Mhm.
right? Also, I'm just thinking about like, if I own 3 pieces of lawn equipment, they're all different. They may not all be the same rate.
Right.
Like, I don't think it makes sense to try and charge a flat fee for something that doesn't cost the same to run or something that doesn't, I think it should be specific to the location.
Mhm. Yep.
I would think, that's just my.
So separate fee structure just for Swayze then.
Or a similar structure in the way we approach it.
Yeah.
But maybe different variables depending on what's being rented.
So my question is what would prevent them from jumping ship and say, okay, well, we don't want Swayze Gym anymore, we'll just rent Bakey, we'll rent.
Yeah, essentially,
because it
it should
wouldn't
be
fit their
cheaper
needs.
to rent here. It should be cheaper to rent here, in my mind.
Because we have people here all the time, we
Yeah,
don't,
that's over.
we're paying,
Yeah.
we're not paying
Well,
custodial services
correct.
and all that.
We own the
Yeah.
facilities.
So this,
And we're
this,
heating it anyway.
I- this, is,
So-
it would be cheaper to rent here and it should be more expensive there because there's nothing there.
Right, it's a standalone building.
Yeah.
Where?
Swayze,
It's crazy.
we're heating that building 24/7
Oh, right.
for
Yeah.
the purpose
sure.
of using
Yeah,
it 3
yeah.
hours a night.
Absolutely, yeah, this is on anyway.
Yeah.
This is
Right.
only, yeah, so there's no doubt it should be more.
Because you
And,
have custodials.
and you
Yeah.
can't,
Mhm.
yeah, like, it could be the
Yeah.
case that they say, we'll take care of all the custodial, sign a contract. They could say that we will clean that thing when we use it. Up, down,
Right.
all this stuff.
Hire a
Yeah.
company?
I don't know, who knows what they would say. I'm just saying, they could say if the
Yeah,
biggest.
they
cost
haven't
is-
done that yet though, so I just want to be clear.
Well, there's no actual rental
Yeah.
agreement that,
Right, but
so. there
they
could be-
haven't cleaned up. And I thought that was one of the major
That's us.
problems.
And starting Monday, my guys, I'm paying overtime to clean Swayze Gym because now my grounds guys are diverted to
Well, this
grounds.
is what I mean, this is a perfect point of conversation, if we say, the biggest pain in the ass for us is the cleaning of that place, what can we do?
Yeah.
Right, and then but it's not gonna be a handshake either, there needs to be a real agreement
Yeah.
with real consequences, liability, protections, all the things.
Yeah. Back to the fee structure that we're
Yeah.
trying to develop for this rental program.
Right, so I can take that on and report back. next
Okay.
meeting. That piece of it, love to have the AD talk about his perspective on.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. What's the value for actual Sanborn athletics?
Yeah,
You know,
how often we're using it.
Yeah.
And for what?
And what would we do? And of course, consider enrollment and what direction that might be going in. And what would we do if we didn't have it? What would it look like?
Dan, did you have anything else? I thought you had one more.
Get a big.
Yeah, so,
Oh, an update, right?
an update on Siemens. So today we did our walkthrough of all the schools.
Mhm.
They're probably about 95% done, way ahead of schedule.
The
So we
lighting.
did, yeah, so the lighting. So we kind of did a punch list walk of everything. So in the next couple of weeks here, we're hoping to tie it all up and they'll be out.
When did they project it being done originally?
June.
Yeah, it was June 1st, I think. So
Mhm.
they came in and they rocked this place. They got it done. So
Yeah, well,
Yeah, the building envelope was done really fast.
yeah, they did that within the first couple of weeks of us signing the
Wow.
contract with
I
them.
said that
Nice
just to
job.
say
they
that.
knocked out the
Good job.
envelope. Yeah,
So.
Point for Marie, she was the first one to get it.
close that thing right up.
So that's the progress on that. The other thing I wanted to bring up to you guys is that I am finding, and I hate like saying this in public, but we're having a lot of issues with our alarm systems in all our schools. They're old, they're not working correctly and everything else. So I'm starting to get bids now for replacing the alarm systems, burglar alarm, not fire or anything like that, within our schools, because right now our schools are just motion based.
Mhm.
And from a security standpoint, I don't like that. Every door should have a magnetic type alarm on there. So if a door is left ajar by a teacher, we know it. Because if a door's left ajar now through the night, we don't know that because there's no motion until the bad guy actually comes in. Same thing during the day with school. If a teacher puts something in the door, like what happened in Texas, the bad guy comes in and does damage. Well, with the motion, it's not going to pick up that door's ajar until somebody is actually in the building. So I want to put magnetic stripes on all exterior doors of our schools so that way we know they're open. You can program the alarm systems that if they're open for a certain amount of time, it sends an alarm to your phone or the system or whatever. So I have Minuteman who's doing the fire system over at Bakey right now, gave me an estimate on just Memorial. And just from a number standpoint, they're at $9,802 just for the burglar system at Memorial. I would think Bakey would be about the same amount, and this school here would probably be double that. But we're finding that the systems are just not working, and we really need to do something about the burglar systems. That includes panic alarms at the front counters for the ladies. If someone comes in and is threatening them, they can hit a button and send a panic
That's what that
alarm.
9,000 includes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe our next meeting we should walk. I mean, why don't we meet there? And like,
We
why don't
can
you
meet
show us what you're
anywhere
talking
you want, yeah.
about? And I'd like to see it.
I mean, there's really not much to see other than we have a handful of motion detectors on the walls, that are not functioning correctly. These alarm systems also bring in our septic alarms. They bring in our carbon monoxide alarms here at the high school and the auto shop. So it's not just burglar, but it brings in, like I said, the septic alarm system, carbon monoxide alarms, all that. So it's a pretty extensive system here in this school. At this school here at Memorial and Bakey would just be the doors and motion inside and septic alarms. So I have a breakdown of the list of all the alarms that we are supposed to have up and running at the schools, but are currently not running because they're just old. They're literally falling off the walls over there, So I think it's something that no matter what we do here in the future, we really need to look at some type of burglar systems in our schools.
Yeah, I just have a question because we were going through the CIP plan and we talked about the alarm systems and the fire and the alarm systems of both Memorial and Bakey, and we left in the sea. So like, did something happen in the last few weeks?
That's fire systems. This is
No.
burglar. So we need to add this to the CIP because it doesn't exist on it right now.
So Dan, this is a question that I always ask, and it's not one that you're gonna like. So I understand what you have laid out, the desire, and I don't disagree with the desire. How many times in the past 12 months has an external door been propped open all night long with heat gushing out of the building? Is this a regular occurrence?
Absolutely. It happens every damn night here at this high school.
Every night?
Every night. The athletic doors are wedged open every night.
The gym doors?
Yep.
We talking that end?
That end
Big
down
ones?
there. It
Okay.
happens at least 3 or 4 times a week.
And how do they get found?
Video.
The gym.
So what do we
The
do?
athletic doors. What
So
do we do?
Who finds it? How do they find it? What do they do?
My guys tell me when they get here at 6 a.m., the doors are wedged open. So I go look at video and I say, okay, this person left it open. And you know what it is? It's the coaches that come in that are not full-time staff here because
Sure.
they don't want to keep going to the door to let kids in that are coming late. So they wedge the doors open.
Okay.
And then when they leave at the end of the night, they keep the cone in the
Yeah.
door and
Yeah.
those places are completely unsecured.
Okay.
It happens.
Well, that's the answer then.
There's the answer to that.
That's the
Yeah.
answer.
It happens all the time.
Sure.
So I would love to have a system in place where if doors ajar,
Sure.
we're getting alarms saying, hey, there's a door that's not functioning or
Yep.
whatever.
Yep. Yeah.
They were doing it with the locker room doors here at the high school.
Mhm.
Sure.
Visiting teams or
Yeah.
our team would come in and wedge the door open so the
Sure.
kids can come in and out.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah. And maybe there's even a phased approach that you could do, because I have a feeling that based on your years here, your tenure, and based on the experience that you have, there's probably about 10 doors that are your number one culprit. You know what I mean?
The offender.
And you could alarm those. You know what I mean? You probably don't need to every single door everywhere, but just a thought.
well, but we're looking at redoing the whole infrastructure of the systems. you
Okay.
know, And what we would
Okay.
do is in this building, since it's so large, we'd go wireless.
Okay.
Because you do save money because now you're not pulling cables and
Yeah.
wires. It just means
Yeah.
putting
Oh yeah.
a router up every so many feet or whatever
Sure.
to do that.
Probably just go with Simply Safe. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Get some patches.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Self-help.
But it doesn't call you when there's a door open or whatever. And plus, like I said, plus it provides panic alarms too for the ladies at the front counter. So this is something I want to look at here.
Okay. We got to wrap it up. Based on
Yeah,
time.
okay, all right. So
Is there
I'm just going there with that.
Okay, perfect. All right, anything else for tonight, guys? Give ourselves time to go to the bathroom here.
Yeah.
Right, anything else? Any alibis?
I do want to say.
Yep.
When you guys open your Google Sheets, I mean, your, CPI plan.
Yeah.
If you say open with Google Sheets.
Yep,
You can
Google
edit.
Docs.
Okay.
We can edit it, yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Because we were trying to figure that out. last time.
Yeah,
Thank you, Marie.
that way we can make changes. on the fly.
Yeah, and then we can say where we
Awesome.
left off.
Okay,
All right, yeah,
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
okay. It is a 5:55 and we will adjourn. Thank you all.